Well, some of our political pros have now weighed in on what they thought the key moments were tonight, but voters often have a different take. Joining us once again for the American people's perspective, pollster Frank Luntz and our focus group. Frank?
And we've got some more news here from Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. Who was the surprise of the night for you?
Mike Huckabee.
Why?
Well, he brought a certain level of past history with invoking Ronald Reagan's trust but verify, trust but vilify, and basically brought in some details that I didn't really assign to him before.
You walked in, you're supporting who?
Marco Rubio, and I still do, but Huckabee surprised me because I think he was very articulate, very relatable, and he made a lot of very good points.
I want a show of hands here. Who thought that Huckabee exceeded your expectations this evening? And I got to do this. Who thought Trump disappointed you this evening? We've got a clip from Mike Huckabee that was the #1 dial clip of the entire 2 hours. As the lines go up, this almost reached 100. It never happens in the dial research that we do. Let's take a look.
Ronald Reagan said trust but verify. President Obama is trust but vilify. He trusts our enemies and vilifies everyone who disagrees with him. And the reason we disagree with him has nothing to do with party. It has to do with the incredibly dangerous place that this world is going to be as a result of a deal in which we got nothing. We didn't even get 4 hostages out. We got nothing.
And that's one of the reasons we talk about economic policy. Our group was focused as much on foreign policy. What was so powerful about that clip? Explain it to me.
Connected to Ronald Reagan, at the time when you know, the past history of the Republic.
I don't like the fact that my president insults my entire party because we don't agree with his deal with Iran.
Why are you nodding your head?
I agree with that 100%. I think that was the horrible remark, to paint the entire party like the mullahs of Iran.
That was disgusting.
It's not just the party, it's also our allies as well.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. I think that what the president said is just horrendous. This name-calling, this trashing, this bashing, everybody on both sides needs to stop.
So this wasn't the only clip that did incredibly well. Ted Cruz had one of the high points of this evening when he addressed ISIS and what he would do if he was president. Remember, the higher the lines glow, the more positive the response. Let's take a look.
We need a commander-in-chief that speaks the truth. We will not defeat radical Islamic terrorism so long as we have a president unwilling to utter the words radical Islamic terrorism. What we need is a commander-in-chief who makes clear, if you join ISIS, if you wage jihad on America, then you are signing your death warrant.
You don't see it as an ideological problem? An ideological problem in addition to a military one.
So I want you to watch the impact of that. That was one of the strongest statements. I want a word or phrase to describe Ted Cruz right there.
Next president.
Tough.
Impassioned.
Next president.
Articulate.
Very intelligent.
Focused.
He's a cruise missile.
Smart guy.
That is one of the most powerful responses. I believe that you're going to increase with Mike Huckabee, and you're going to see an increase with Ted Cruz. Did anybody else stand out tonight? Anyone else stand out to you of those?
I like Walker.
Why?
Because he stated specifically what he was going to do in both domestic and foreign policy.
Erica?
He's a phony. They asked him a question about the illegal immigration, and he said 2010. No, he changed his mind in March.
So who stood out to you?
Cruz.
Ted Cruz. Go ahead.
Marco Rubio made a huge headway, in just talking to the various people here. He's very articulate, he's very impassioned, and some of the ladies like him too.
You're speaking for the ladies.
When I came in here, I was supporting Walker, but after seeing his performance, I thought was weak. And
Who switched your votes here? Who switched your votes? Raise your hands. Who'd you go to?
Huckabee.
Who'd you go to? Who'd you go to?
Huckabee.
Cruz.
Cruz.
Cruz. Cruz.
Cruz.
Cruz. Huckabee.
Bad news for Donald Trump. Great news for Ted Cruz and Mike Huckabee. Back to you.
Wow. Frank, always so interesting. Thank you.